1995 was a period of turmoil and restlessness. There was a lot of criticism and opposition, and I decided to leave the ashram management and sought the advice of one old devotee after another. Every one of them, Annamalai Swami, Yogi Ramsurat Kumar, Lakshmana Swami, and others, encouraged me to leave my work at the ashram and take the inward spiritual journey. I wanted to consult Papaji too, so I went to Lucknow, which had by then become a haven for spiritual seekers. Papaji always exuded compassion. I must mention that this compassion also included reprimands and criticism because it was meant to awaken seekers. I prostrated to Papaji and exclaimed, "There is so much opposition." And Papaji looked at me very affectionately but firmly and said, "Even if the whole world opposes you, Ganesan, go ahead. You have been guided into this spiritual step. We are all with you." And he embraced me, saying, "Dive deep within, plunge into that state of silence, and stay in that state of I am." At that very moment, the only great attachment that I had, the one to Ramana Ashram management, dropped like a cloak from the body. Now I feel Arunachala wherever I go, no matter what country I am in, no matter what state I am in, whether happy or unhappy. That state of inner silence is ever present. No kind of qualification or maturity is necessary for you to turn within. Go within and ask yourself, who am I? Then Arunachala will take you over completely. When I started touring the world from 1990 onwards, I met and stayed with devotees whom I had never met at the ashram. In many of their homes, they had 3 pictures prominently displayed, that of Arunachala, Bhagavan, and Papaji. Many of these devotees stated that Papaji had given them the experience of the inner I am. Remember the commandment of Arunachala, that this truth of I am should spread all over the world. Ramana Maharshi was the guru, the link between divinity and humanity. The link needed an extension, and the extension appeared in the form of Papaji. He performed the role also played by Arthur Osborne and others, the link with divinity. It is an undeniable fact. I would also like to share a few things about my friend Lataji, who came to Papaji because her father's friend influenced her to go to him. She had a tiff with her father because he wanted her to take up the medical profession against her will. So she wrote a long letter to Papaji seeking his advice. In the satsang at Papaji's house that day, Lataji's letter was picked up by him, and it was customary for the person whose letter had been chosen to sit in front of Papaji. Papaji's satsang hall had many posters with sayings like, "Be still," because that is the essence of the teaching he wanted to impart. Lataji looked at Papaji expectantly, assuming he would ask her about the matter. However, he put aside the letter and looked at her, saying, "Ask me something." She felt cornered and was undecided. She looked around and said, not knowing what to do. And then she saw, "Be still," on a poster, which caught her eye. And she asked, "How to be still?" She had not intended to ask the question, but Papaji's look compelled her to ask it. So looking at Papaji, he replied to her, saying, "Drop the how to." Lataji later said that this statement of Papaji's put her and many others in the audience into that state of stillness. Not how to be still, be stillness. And that inner silence. And that when they least expected it, it happened. A very wealthy man once wanted to give Papaji a donation of $1 million. With all sincerity, he approached Papaji and said, "I would like to give you a gift. Please accept it and bless me." And Papaji said, "Yes, I accept it." Everyone laughed because it was such an enormous amount. Papaji gleamed as he took the check and then tore it to pieces. He told the man, "This is my blessing." Papaji loved Chinnaswami, my grandfather, and the Sarvadakari, the ashram manager. He also loved my father because they were Bhagavan's descendants. Once, when my father was traveling and was at the central station in Chennai, Papaji ran into him. He prostrated before my father and put down at his feet an offering of 200 rupees. He was such a humble man. When I went to Lucknow, he received me with much warmth. At the satsang, he said, "Now Ganesan will speak." Papaji was the personification of compassion and affection.